How silence allows intuition to speak, listening beyond thought. In a world dominated by constant noise, external distractions, and internal mental chatter, the voice of intuition is often drowned out. Modern life rewards speed, analysis, and endless thinking. Yet the deepest wisdom does not arise from effortful thought, it arises from silence. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is the quieting of inner turbulence. When the mind becomes still, intuition naturally emerges. Silence allows intuition to speak because intuition belongs to a deeper layer of consciousness than thought. Intuition is an inner knowing that does not rely on logical reasoning or step-by-step analysis. It appears as a sudden clarity, a felt sense of rightness, or an immediate understanding. Unlike thought, intuition does not argue or explain itself. It simply knows. Intuition arises from the subconscious and the deeper intelligence of awareness. It integrates vast amounts of information, experience, perception, emotion, and insight far beyond the reach of conscious reasoning. However, intuition is subtle. It speaks softly, and only in inner quiet can it be heard. The noise that blocks intuition. The greatest obstacle to intuition is mental noise. The mind constantly analyzes, judges, predicts, replays the past, worries about the future. This constant activity creates a dense layer of thought that obscures intuitive insight. When the mind is noisy, it demands answers immediately, forcing decisions through fear or habit rather than wisdom. Intuition does not compete with thought. It withdraws when the mind is loud. Silence creates the space necessary for intuition to arise naturally. Silence is a state of receptivity rather than effort. When you become silent, you stop trying to control outcomes or force solutions. You shift from doing to being. In this receptive state, awareness opens, sensitivity increases. Perception deepens, intuition requires openness. It cannot be accessed through tension or urgency. Silence relaxes the mind and body, allowing deeper intelligence to surface. Thinking is linear and limited. It works with known information and past experiences. Intuition is holistic and immediate. It perceives patterns and truths that thought cannot logically deduce. Silence suspends excessive thinking, allowing intuition to operate without interference. When the mind quiets, you come into alignment with yourself. Inner conflict subsides, and clarity emerges. Intuition flows from this alignment. Many poor decisions are not made due to lack of intelligence, but due to inner fragmentation, ear pulling in one direction, desire in another, and logic caught in between. Silence reunifies these energies, allowing intuitive clarity to emerge. Intuition speaks through feeling, not words. Intuition rarely speaks in language. It often appears as a subtle feeling, a bodily sensation, a sense of peace or unease, a quiet inner nudge. When the mind is noisy, these subtle signals are ignored or overridden. Silence heightens sensitivity, making intuitive signals easier to recognize and trust. Choosing silence requires trust. Trust that you do not need to force answers. When you pause instead of rushing to conclusions, you demonstrate faith in a deeper intelligence. This humility allows intuition to reveal itself in its own time. Many of humanity's greatest creative breakthroughs have arisen in moments of silence. Artists, writers, scientists, and philosophers often report that their insights appeared when they stopped thinking about the problem. Silence removes mental pressure. In this relaxed state, intuition connects ideas effortlessly, revealing solutions that logic alone could not produce. Emotions can distort intuition when they are unexamined. Silence allows emotions to settle and be felt without reaction. As emotional turbulence subsides, intuition becomes clearer. What once felt confusing begins to make sense, not through reasoning but through inner recognition. Silence does not require isolation or long retreats. It can be practiced in everyday moments, pausing before responding, sitting quietly without distractions, walking without mental commentary, breathing consciously during stress. These moments of silence train the mind to listen rather than dominate. Many avoid silence because it removes distractions and exposes unresolved thoughts or emotions. However, what arises in silence is not a threat, it is guidance. By gently staying present with silence, fear dissolves and intuition becomes more accessible. Intuition is not something you develop, it is something you uncover. It has always been present, waiting beneath layers of mental noise. Silence is the doorway to this inner wisdom. When thought steps aside, truth steps forward. Silence allows intuition to speak because intuition belongs to stillness. It cannot be accessed through force, speed, or excessive thinking. It requires patience and openness.